Hi, my name is Rick Hernandez. I am so grateful for this beautiful day, and I'm so glad that you're going to be joining me for the next few minutes. Today I'm going to teach you about something called the cash flow quadrant. And I'm also going to share with you a financial model that will teach you how to move from the left side of the financial quadrant to the right side of the financial quadrant. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking, what the heck is this guy talking about? Don't worry, you're going to understand all of this in the next few minutes. Let's begin. First, I want to ask you, are you familiar with a gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki? Robert Kiyosaki is a famous financial author and entrepreneur, probably one of the most famous of our time. He wrote a very famous book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Perhaps you've heard of it. And in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Kiyosaki teaches us the importance of creating additional income streams outside of the work that we do. Income that you don't have to trade your time for money. A few years later, Kiyosaki wrote another book called The Business of the 21st Century. And in this book, he adapted the same principles that he did in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but the financial model that he used, and it was created through the building of networks. So, you're probably asking yourself, what is this cash flow quadrant? Let's go ahead and learn what this cash flow quadrant is. Kiyosaki teaches us how money is earned by describing this cash flow quadrant. This quadrant on the left-hand side has the E's, the S, and on the right side it has the B and the I. Now, the E's, let's explain this real quickly so you understand what this is about. The E stands for employee. If you work for someone else, if you have a job, and that's regardless of how much money you earn, if you work for someone else and have a job, you're an employee, you're an E. You are on the left-hand side of the cash flow quadrant. If you are self-employed, if you don't have a boss, but you need to show up every day for things to happen and for money to come in, you're an S, you're self-employed. You also reside on the left-hand side of the cash flow quadrant. The people on the left-hand side of this quadrant, guys, they earn what we call linear income. Linear income is trading your time for money. Simple enough. If you trade your time for money, you are earning linear income. Now, conversely, on the right side of the cash flow quadrant, you have your B's. Your B's stand for big business. Kiyosaki describes big business as a business that has leverage, where you have leveraged others, a significant amount of other people, to earn money for you. The best example he gives in his book is a business with 500 employees. With 500 employees, the owner of the business no longer needs to be involved day to day. He basically has 500 people working and earning money for him. The last part of the quadrant is I, which stands for investor. Investor is just that. You take your own money, you leverage it, and you hope to make more money. Now, you've probably heard me use the word leverage a few times already, and that's what this type of income is called. The people on the right side of the cash flow quadrant earn leveraged income. And that's income that somebody else earns for you or your money earns for you. Now, you probably won't be surprised at these numbers, but 95% of us live on the left-hand side of the cash flow quadrant. But unfortunately, we only create 5% of the wealth. On the other side of the cash flow quadrant, you have about 5% of the population that lives on the left-hand side of on the right-hand side of the quadrant. But they generate 95% of the wealth. Looking at this and understanding this, guys, it's a no-brainer that we want to spend more time of our lives, more time with our families on this side of the cash flow quadrant. What I'm really excited to do, to teach you today, is I'm going to teach you a financial model that will help you move from the left side to the right side of the quadrant using little or no money at all. Let me explain. My company, Isogenics, also participates in this cash flow quadrant model. It is structured on the belief and the principle of the millionaire mindset. The millionaire mindset is the belief that I would much rather earn 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. That is the millionaire mindset. What's really exciting, guys, and I'm going to show you this, and I want you to remember this, is that our company doesn't pay you 1%. They pay closer to 6%. And I want you to remember that because that's going to be important later when I show you the rest of this model. Now, this model has two major components. It functions on exponential growth and word of mouth. Let me talk about word of mouth for a second. Word of mouth is the most credible and cost-effective way to get a product to market. The best example I can give you guys is Facebook. Remember who introduced you to Facebook? I can almost guarantee you it was a family member or a friend. Facebook grew entirely by word of mouth. And today, they have over 3 billion, guys, that's 3 billion with a B, users on their platform. That is really powerful. Think about that for a minute. The power of word of mouth. Just as powerful is exponential growth. And what I'm about to show you, before I do, I want to ask you a question. And this is a question I ask everyone who I'm presenting this model to in person. And I always ask them, I say, if I gave you $1 million, would you prefer if I gave you $1 million right now, or give you the total of 2 pennies doubling every single day for a month? Well, I kind of already know what your answer is and what 99% of the people answer to me all the time. They say, Rick, I'd rather have the $1 million. But what they don't realize is the power of exponential growth. Let me explain. This might make it a little more clear to you. Let's say on day 1, you start with 2 cents. And that continues to double. On day 2, you have 4 cents. On day 3, you have 8 cents. Now watch what happens. By the time you get to day 10, you have about $10. Doesn't seem like a big deal. But as you get further and further along, and as that keeps compounding and doubling, by the time you get to day 20, you have over $10,000. And now you ready for this, guys? By the time you get to day 30, it's over $10 million just from that penny doubling for 30 days. Guys, that is the power of exponential growth. Now, before I show you how to grow your network exponentially, I just want to hit on something really quick. Network building, network marketing done right should look like this. Your network should look like this. 80% customers and 20% what I call committed consumer coaches. These are the people that are committed, just like you, to participating in the financial model. Straight up, these are the people that are interested in making money with this. These are the people that you want to find first to help you create the base of your network. That is network marketing done right. Now, this is a business presentation, but I do want to take a quick moment to touch on the product. Now, you would agree, and I'm sure most of you would agree, that a company that's been around over 15 years and has done over 7 billion, that's 7 billion with a B, $7 billion in sales already, is probably doing something right. The company makes life-changing products. Guys, these products check all the boxes. They are emotional, they are consumable, and they come with a result attached. The best part about all of this, you guys, is that you're probably already using these same products in your life. And all you would have to do is redirect some of your spending into these products so you could participate in the financial model. Ready? In our company, we have a saying, 100 BV to be set free. BV stands for business volume. You need to order a minimum of 100 BV for your own consumption or that of your families every single month. That is the only requirement to participate in this business. 100 BV, guys, works out to about $150 a month. Or if you break it down, and I'll break it down real simple for you, about $5 to $6 a day. That's all. For the price of your Starbucks, you can participate in this business model. So, how do we start? We start, and I like to use the number 10. Why the number 10? Because 10 is how you can maximize the Isagenix compensation plan to the max. So what I and your team are going to help you with is we are going to look for 10 people. And how are you going to find those 10 people? You are going to ask them, are you open? Are you open to finding out about additional income streams? Are you open to a new business opportunity? Are you open to making more money? Well, guess what? Most people are going to tell you yes. And what we're going to do is we're going to show them this, just like I'm showing it to you. And that's how we're going to help you find your 10 committed consumer coaches. Next, we're going to help those 10 find 10 committed people as well. Well, now you guys, now we have 100 committed people, people that are committed to growing and building their own networks just like you are. Now you can go out and find your regular customers because you've already built the base of your network. So for the sake of this presentation and for the sake of simple math, I am going to go ahead and say that they have found 10 customers each. Well, guys, now you have 1,000 people in your network, and they're all ordering at least 100 BV per month. That comes out to about 100,000 business volume flowing through your network every month. Remember when I mentioned to you that we don't pay 1%, that we pay closer to 6%? This turns into approximately $6,000 a month in residual passive income, or about $72,000 a year. What's even more exciting, you guys, is if you take this one more step and you build it one more level down, you're now making $700,000 a year. This model, this financial model that I'm sharing with you, has no limit on what you can earn. You can build your network as far and as deep as your heart desires. Now, here's what's really exciting, guys. Guess what? Guess what I have just done by showing this to you? I have shown you how to move from the left side of the cash flow quadrant to the right side of the cash flow quadrant. I don't know if you've even realized this in just these few minutes. And I've shown you how to do this using little to no money at all. $5 to $6 a day to have your own business, consuming products that you are going to love and you're probably already using anyway. So you're probably sitting there telling yourself, wow, this is amazing. I'm excited about this. I wonder, how am I going to be able to do this? Well, simply put, we're going to be able to do this together. How? Well, simply put, you know a lot of people that I don't. And I have an expertise in building these networks. So we could do this together. I will help you. Now, your next step is to go ahead and try some of these products and go ahead and get your business center opened right away. Let's start helping you move from the left side of the cash flow quadrant to the right side of the cash flow quadrant. Guys, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to join me today to learn about this exciting financial model. My name is Rick Hernandez. You can reach me at 305 310-1751. I look forward to working with you and being your business partner. Let's go do this.